we are currently with the captain of CHEMIN Esports, who has been playing as a team leader of CHEMIN Esports currently in 2022. So we have a professional esports athlete among us. So I feel very humbled in front of him to be conducting this interview. So I find myself very fortunate to have given this time with you. And also we have with us leader of head of all the esports that is currently in action in India, and also among the college tours which they are doing right now. So to start off, like, can you just give a brief description of what you are actually doing with this tour?
For this tour, our plan initially was to go into colleges, go to every single student, and tell them about esports. Who is following esports and who is not following esports? Let's reach the grassroots level of Indian young audience and
Yes,
tell them that esports is a possible career option.
this is just the second campus that you are.
Yeah. The first was I am Indore. We had a good response over there, and second one is Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology, and we had a huge and very loving audience over here.
So, like, while coming from the mainland India to the northeast side of India, while you're coming here, could you like find any difference in the like the environment of esports out here, which you have like felt in the
Yeah, there are
mainland?
lots of enthusiasts for esports. What we have seen that lots of people have been following esports, not just a single game but multiple games also. And when we came to Northeast, it's very beautiful.
So, like speaking to Destro, I wanted to introduce you as a professional esports player, and what like how has your journey been, all that we'll be discussing into it later on. So like just to give an introduction, like what are the tournaments that you played this year, like can you.
So this year, the first tournament that I played was BGIS. So it was the first official tournament of BGMI, and luckily we won that tournament. We were the first team to win an official tournament of BGMI. After that, I played like various kinds of tournaments. Battleground Master Series that was aired on Star Sports 2. That was the first tournament that was aired on television. We played that as well. Fortunately, we got the first chicken dinner ever on TV as well. So that is a very special moment for me. Other than that, I would say Sky Sports Pro League, BMOC. There were many tournaments that I played.
So like before you became an esport athlete, like after you became an official esport athlete, how differently your do you feel your life has been changed?
Life has completely changed. When I was not into esports, I was a good student during my school days. I was good in studies. I was, that kind of boy who always used to top in the class. He used to come first,
Topper.
and then this transition into esports, like it has been surreal. I would say, life has completely changed. You know, like doing something that I never expected I would do, and it is something that I really never thought that I would do. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this life.
So like you are like while you are in the game, like in the during the tournament you're performing, like do you feel like the pride that you are representing something, like through the talent and all the possibilities of this like new career that we are seeing in India right now, and you becoming one of the leaders of those careers, like how do you feel, like do you think if you could go back to the past, like would you like think about an alternative path towards your life, or do you think esports is worth.
Just like I said, I never imagined that I would get into esports and choose this as a career option. I never imagined such thing, and I would say this happened all of a sudden when I won ESL. I got a chance to represent India. That was a moment like I felt very proud, like representing my country, and that is why I decided to give 100% into this. So yeah, obviously, whenever I'm in any kind of match or any tournament or scrims, I feel really good, like representing my team. There's a
Yes,
brand that I'm
obviously, yes.
representing, so that is why there's a thing in your mind that you have to give 100%. You're representing
Yes,
something.
obviously. So, like to continue this interview, we'll have Mr. Vaughan here.
Hi, welcome
Hi. Thank you.
again. So let's lighten up the mood. Let's
Sure.
talk about more than. Let's talk about how life has become. Okay. So before that, we all see you guys as. So for me, you guys are celebrity. Fine. It's a huge opportunity that I'm talking, sitting in front, and talking to you. We have seen you guys in TV. We have heard about you in articles. We have seen you in multiple interviews. Before all this happened to you guys, what was life for you when nobody knew you? What was that phase?
If you asked
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
like for me, Destro se pehle,
yeah.
like I was Amar. So just like I said, I was good in studies. मतलब was very kind, मतलब very focused. कि मतलब पढ़ना है, you have to like get into any IITs, IIMs, ऐसा कुछ करना है. And esports के आने के बाद, just like I said, सब never imagined such thing ऐसा कुछ कर रहा हूँगा मैं. But whatever happened, I think जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है.
Exactly.
So really blessed कि मतलब अभी मैं stage पे हूँ.
For me, it was a bit different. I was into job and then trying a startup and everything. From that, it's a very different transition for me to follow my passion in gaming and everything.
Yeah.
For for this, earlier than this, I was not very into like he is into studies a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm into
So,
co-curricular a
so
lot.
both the fields were who's
Yeah.
completely into studies and who is not.
Yeah.
This field is for everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And right now, if I didn't know about esport and I thought that you was a champion, I would feel that you guys play your guys on your phone on your PC 24/7. Is that true, or like is what is life outside esports right now, or how do you spend your time?
Like it is not true 24/7. I'm not just playing the game.
Yeah.
You have to maintain the balance. That is what I feel. It is very important. Like maintaining a balance between your social life and your in-game life. It is very important. That is what I try to do.
Okay.
Like whenever I'm playing, I'm 100% focused. Like into the game, I have to give my best. When I'm not playing, I never think about the game. Like nothing. जो करना है लाइफ में एंजॉय करना है उस टाइम. अदर देन दैट जब गेम में रहता है तो ऐसा रहता है, कुछ और नहीं चलता माइंड में.
You completely focus on the game.
Completely focused.
And you were talking about social life. See, social life is something that people who are young players who are starting their career, their parents and their family are concerned that मेरा बेटा हमेशा अपने रूम के अंदर है, he's always on his phone and उसका social life बिगड़ रहा है. What do you have to say on that? That esports is actually social life में hamper कर रहा है?
Not at a very large extent.
Uh-huh.
I'll say that through gaming you get to meet a lot of people. I've met them through gaming, of course.
Yeah.
So you get to meet a lot of people. You converse on different topics. You make friends, a lot of friends. So it's not very antisocial, but yeah, you should see the day of light also. Go into the sun,
Yeah.
walk some
Yeah.
miles.
That's true. And I came to know you guys from CHEMIN. Okay. So how big CHEMIN has played a role in your life? What would happen if CHEMIN was not there, and how big impact CHEMIN has put on your lives when you actually enter the organization?
So for me, I was at a stage where I needed work, right?
Okay.
So I was desperately looking for work, and then suddenly Kevin appeared. I was talking to a few players, then suddenly he called me, "Kacha." Then we got involved. From as you can say that Kevin has been a boon for me,
Okay.
and I have given my all to Kevin.
Okay. So you believe that for a player who is playing solo, it is very important to be a part of an organization to grow bigger.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
So that is one of the important factors. That so playing in a group that really matters. And there are a lot of young budding talents here in Sikkim also, but I don't think they can directly approach you guys. Is there a structure where or a system where young budding talents could get in touch with bigger organization or form an organization? Is there something, some pathways that they can take?
Yeah, we have an academy plan
Uh-huh.
laid out. We have announced the academy as well. It's under process, you can say. For that, we'll have academy for different games.
Okay.
So right now we are structuring the FIFA academy,
All right, that's nice. Yeah.
and we'll have foreign coaches come into India, stay in the facility, train our players to be better. Because, in my honest opinion, India in upcoming year or so can be a very big in football scene.
That's a
Yeah.
big potential for India.
Yeah.
And Destro,
Yeah.
we have seen you in TVs, okay? And what about your family's reaction? Let me say, like, from your family has seen you from a kid who was playing in his room, who has won championship, and now they are seeing you in TV. How was their reaction through all this journey? Have they ever told you that bas mat khelo, you are good in studies, paro? And how their reaction has changed when they have seen you on TV? What was that journey like?
So initially, like मैंने बताया, I was good in studies and all. And when I told them that like I want to pursue this as a career option, so obviously they were not convinced. Like they asked me, "ये नहीं कर, like you should like study and all. You should get a degree, ये सब and all." But when I won ESL, I got a chance to represent India.
Yeah.
उसके बाद I got an esports contract, started getting paid. उसके बाद like they saw something, like I'm doing something in this field. So they allowed me, yeah, you can do something. We'll just give you some time. You do whatever you want to do. And then सब होता गया है, 1-3 tournaments and all. उसके बाद तो they were convinced. They're happy with me now. They are like they're proud of me now. Like they saw me on television as well. So it was a very proud feeling for them as well. And अभी तो full support.
Full support.
Yeah.
You were talking about you started getting paid. I have seen your Instagram posts. You have lots of shoes collection. You have a whole reel about the watches that you have, right?
Yeah.
So in that growing collection, what was the most expensive thing you have ever bought?
Actually, the most expensive thing अभी तक I have not revealed it yet.
Yeah.
It is shoes ही है वो.
Yeah.
I can tell you the price. It is close to around 2 lakhs.
Nice, nice.
For sure आगे जाके मैं reveal करूँगा in a video. अभी
Yeah.
तक reveal नहीं किया है. I would say मतलब मेरे को I just like collecting things.
Yeah.
That is why I do that.
That's another glamour side of
Yeah,
esports,
esports,
right? That's nice. We are talking about the glamour and the highs of this game, right?
Yeah.
We can see you until everybody's so excited. It is a festival in everybody's heart. And at that peak moment, government says that the thing that brought us so much pride, you cannot continue that thing. That's a huge shocker. How does that impact a professional athlete, esports athletes like you guys?
So that was very shocking for me as well. Like since you know पहले भी ऐसा हुआ था during PUBG Mobile, it also got banned. Similar reaction था this time as well. And obviously affect तो सारे players हुए थे, both financially, mentally, like everyone got affected. And but this time, like last time ऐसा हुआ था, I didn't do anything. I just used to wait for the game and all. This time, like I started doing like things, like I started working out. I started reading books and
Okay.
management and all. ये सब भी मैं सीख रहा हूँ. So कुछ ना कुछ कर रहा हूँ. Like basically, I have time. Hopefully the game comes back. And these things are not in our hands. Basically, government का decision है. We can't do anything. We have to respect that. So वही है. Hopefully the game comes back. And I see अभी community में जितने भी players हैं, they are doing something. कुछ ना कुछ कर रहे हैं. This time everyone is trying to learn something. कुछ नया कर रहा है. And that's really good to see.
You guys have been pro athlete and you have been in this system. But what about those players who are just starting and who are really serious into, let's say, BGMI for now, who are really into it and they look up to you guys and they want to be you guys in the future? It impacted them much more, I feel. What do you suggest to those guys?
What I would suggest to them is like there are many people who left their studies and all for esports, for BGMI, for gaming in particular. I would say like studies नहीं छोड़नी चाहिए किसी को भी. Part time you can play the game. अभी तो game is not there, so you should focus on your studies and all because that is very important. Education is important.
Yeah.
Whenever the game comes back, definitely आप game को time दे सकते हो. But studies are important
Okay.
because education stays with you lifetime.
Okay. Do you have the same point of view in this?
Yeah, of course, because it's not just bookish knowledge. It's not just words. You get to learn a lot of things. You experience a lot of things, right? It's your personality development, communication skills, and all. Everything which is involved in daily to life is involved in education.
Sure.
So you should not absolutely abandon it, but yeah, somehow find a balance between your game life and study life, education life.
So it is the skill that matters, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
Very true.
How better you manage your time, that matters.
So on that foot, I believe that if you are good in that skill, when the game actually comes back, you can actually perform better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Right?
you just have to keep it brushing, give a little bit of time, and then keep going.
Very true. And see, Sikkim is a young but that is coming up in esports, okay, and Northeast does not have that big of impact. What do you think is the potential for all the Northeast players and the organization that is there in the main pro scene in India?
Like if you see, like I have a teammate. His name is Delta PG.
Okay.
He is from Assam as well,
Okay.
and I would say he is one of the best players, like best assaulters I have seen, like in my career. Like he's literally like, if I have to name top three assaulters in our country, I would definitely like include him in my top three. So I would say there are a lot of potential talents in Northeast as well. They just need a stage to perform. I would say like talent so बहुत है.
That is.
Yeah. And for such talents, we have academy.
Yes, yes,
Please-
yeah,
please,
exactly.
please.
So you're talking about academy. I think that academy can play a huge role in nurturing these talents that we have in
Absolutely,
Northeast, right?
absolutely. So for academy, there are lots of plans
Mhm.
by our side.
Mhm.
It's not just one game. As I told you earlier, we are doing something in FIFA.
Mhm.
As the game comes back, we will do something for BGMI as well. And wherever we see opportunities in esports, that this is the game which is going to be future, then we will do something for that as well.
Exactly. And when we talk about career opportunity, I don't think most of the people know that in esports you don't actually have to just be a player to have a
Yeah,
career in esports, right? And I think CHEMIN has been a huge promoter that there are other career options also involved in esports. Can you educate our audience for that?
Like there are a variety of options. Like if you want to be in esports,
Mhm.
I would say there are like multiple options. Like you can get into casting, you can cast tournaments and all. You can get into management, you can get into like TOs and all. You can organize tournaments. So there are literally like tons of options. Like if you want to be in esports, you don't just have to be a player to be in esports. You can do anything.
Yeah.
you can be a designer as well.
Yeah.
You can edit videos if you are good at it. You can design thumbnails and creatives.
Now that's a big thing, right?
Yeah, right. There are lots of things involved in esports, not just gaming.
Not
Right?
just him. Yeah, exactly.
There are lots of things involved.
I think in this field, I think this connects very well with the education part that you were actually talking about. See, nowadays education it's not just doctor and engineer. If you are very good in designing, let's say if you get it in arts, you have some kind of skill, let's say communication or sales skills. That skills can actually be added into esports, and that can also be a big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's a esports can open a lot of doors.
Very
We
true.
can say,
Yeah.
esports can open door for casters who cannot make it big in like traditional sports section. Who
Exactly.
cannot cast in cricket and all those games, football and everything. They can cast in esports. Just have to learn the game. Just have to learn the pace.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think this is something that people should actually understand what esport industry actually includes, right? And this all success and stuff. See, I guys see you as a very successful people. Many people see you as it. Okay.
You're humbling me. To be very honest.
See, I am humble talking to you. Okay. How do you see when we people say you are successful people? Does their success equivalent to your success that you have imagined for yourself, or is there a next step, next big goal that you are targeting? What is
There is lot and lots to be worked on. For me, success of esports in India is my success. So
Okay.
there's lots and lots to be worked on.
the rules and regulation? How much more time would take for our authorities to actually understand the full potential of esports? Because we see it has been more than a decade. We have seen other countries having huge tournaments, huge recognition programs, and India all we see are meetings, and that there are talks going on with no proper actions. Do you think it will take more time for us?
I think the government is trying to understand the technology of esports much easier, much better with time. Like as they go on, they understand how things should proceed and how things should be done, so that they can draft a proper esports bill, esports law to be passed, and that which should govern the whole country and how it should work in the country.
Very
So
true.
let's say even if it takes 2 to 3 years,
Definitely.
it will be better for
Us.
esports community and for the people in esports.
Very true.
Let's not like lose hope and be very positive about it.
That's true. And coming back to the main reason why you are here in Sikkim,
Yeah.
the college programs that you are conducting, what do you think is the main objective of it, and how people are benefiting from it, and what do you see that how will this initiative that CHEMIN has taken will impact the grassroots levels players and the whole esports industry as a whole?
So basically, a main motive like behind this esports tour and all was to just create awareness about esports among college students and all, because we feel that is like the best audience that we can target, because that is the future of our country as well. So that is what we are trying to do. Like, we're reaching out to different colleges, we're going there, we're trying to like talk to each and every student, educating them about esports and various career options in it. That is what our main motive was.
So actually, basically, education is one of the, we need people to be educated about esports also,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right.
Very true. Coming to the end of this conversation we are having right now, and before we end, I think we have not talked about how big do you think streaming is a part of this whole scene that we have? Do you think that people could stream with basic equipments, or they need some setups? How do, let's say I just started gaming. I'm serious about how I play. I know I have a good skill. I want other people to see me, but I don't know actually how to do it. How do I actually start streaming?
You just need a phone and internet to stream. That is all you need.
Yeah.
Is like there are like, when you get big,
Yeah.
then you can have a monitor, like a 3 monitor setup, a gaming room designed just for you. But if you like just want to start, you just need a phone and a good internet. That's all you
it,
need.
Yeah,
right?
that's all you need. It is irrespective of the situation where you are. You just need to think differently and capitalize the situation. See, even if you're in mountains, you can stream from there and let people see that you are in mountains hanging from a cliff and stream.
So that will be more
Yeah,
inspirational.
that will be like
Yeah.
that will draw much more viewers. Like, oh damn, it will attack hai.
So that is a kind of the
Yeah,
content.
yeah. So there are lots of things to be explored. You just need to be open-minded. That's all. Because you see, the most difficult step to start is the first step.
Okay.
From there on, it's a walk you do easily.
And in this whole journey, what was the most toughest thing that you have battled emotionally, or in the challenge that you have faced, that you overcome to reach this point? What was the biggest thing that you have faced?
I would say there were times like when my team was not performing. Like, we were giving our best, but we couldn't perform like to our expectations and all. Fans were disappointed. Like, that is when you really like start thinking like, have I made a good decision by coming into esports? Am I going to sustain? Like, that is when you start thinking and start questioning yourself. But that is what matters is, you have to be mentally very strong.
Mentally strong.
Yeah, if you're mentally strong, you'll get over it. That is what really helped me whenever I felt low or something like that. I used to just constantly tell myself like, this is a bad phase, it'll get over soon.
Sure.
And that is what happened every time.
So now this is from a player's point perspective. Now you are looking about, you are managing the whole team. You are the captain of it. What are the challenges do you face as the captain of the esports that you see?
So, for me, there are lots of things which I need to go through.
Yeah.
First of all, that
It must be different from what as a
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, because I have to look into lots of games, lots of titles, right? And then when I see that this team is performing good, then I have to retrospect that this team is good now. Will it be good later?
Oh,
Right? Because if they don't evolve with time, the others are also in the race which are going to go ahead of them. So for me, investing organizations, funds, and time is very important,
Sure.
right? And I have to take a very like measured decision so that it doesn't go bad for us, right? So there are sometimes a lot of pressure due to that, but yeah, it's nothing that can't be handled.
So people have to actually understand that when we talk about esports, it's not just people playing video game in their spare time. It is it is a genuine sport.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of people involved, different groups of organization involved, where different people with different capacity are giving their 100% to make a single event work.
Yeah.
So I think that is what people need to actually understand.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's not that just a sport. You are also like meeting with lots of people, socializing,
Yes.
learning about other culture, other people, and everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot like, you can say, socializing. Gaming has become a very like a top of trend nowadays. But to put it into a right direction, that's our job.
True.
And for that, we are doing this esports tour,
Very
university
true,
and colleges
very true.
esports tour.
So coming to the end of this conversation, is there any message that you want to give the people of Sikkim, the young budding talents that are growing or looking up to you? Any message that you two can share to them?
I mean, there's just one message basically, that is like, give your best, like never lose hope. There will be times like when you'll start questioning yourself, like if I should do this or not, if I should continue or not. Like that is when you have to be mentally strong and you have to push yourself and just keep giving your best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me to add to this,
Yeah.
we are watching you. So don't worry.
Yeah.
There are lots and lots more in our treasures
Yeah.
for you guys. Be it academy, be it tournaments, be it games, we are here for you. As time comes, we'll present you a lot of things.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and do your best.
Yeah. Thank you. So, the last final thing, are you guys happy?
Yeah,
I'm extremely
absolutely. This was like a joyride for me. Sikkim was a joyride for me. Enjoyed a lot, met a lot of
Really love
people.
the place.
Yeah, and very kind people.
So we can expect to see you guys again back in Sikkim.
For
the
sure,
Chemin
for
Academy.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, just for fun and tour. Of course.
Yeah. So from esports organization of Sikkim ESOS, we are really glad that we had this conversation, and thank you again for giving us this time and this opportunity to have this conversation and spreading some insights about this esports industry and giving a wonderful message to all the budding talents. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.